So welcome back, guys. Now today what we got going on, we're going to mount this motherboard. If you have watched this channel the prior episodes, you'll see what I was up to in terms of getting this motherboard situated for this PC case. So right now I'm about to identify the holes on the motherboard and line them up to existing standoffs in the case and get them screwed in. There's one in the middle here behind the heat sink. So I'm gonna have to take off this heat sink to get to the hole that standoff, which is right here. So let me just take that off real quick. Let me see if I get this thing in. Let me try to do it like an X almost, right? So since I got right there, I'm gonna go down right here and get the other one. A piece of the stickers in the way there. I'm glad I see it. Okay, that's in. And the one thing about this screwdriver, I don't have to worry about it over tightening. Again, it will just stop. So that will help me not to worry about over tightening. There's a screw right, see there's a screw right here in the center. Let me get that right there. To unzip these things here, take my time and work these cables. I'm not going to rush it. Let's take this is pretty thick. So I'm just going to slide these under here so come out from the bottom of the case right beneath the motherboard, so I'll be able to just connect them that way. So just going right there. Like that, and then I'll just connect it from the fronts. I'm gonna leave these for afterwards. Okay, and there we have it. Here are the cables right here. Like I said, USB 3.0. This one telling me it's USB 3.1 and HD audio. It says USB 3.2. And I have 3.0 here, so I'm just going to stick it in here. Oh, that's really in there. What I gotta do is a clip. You know what? I'm just going to leave it and just pray to the PC guys. Make sure everything's all good. This way. So it goes in this way right here. Audio. Boom. That's in. And then this one would be, let me see if I see, okay, I see it. It's right here. So as you can see from the bottom, okay? That's in. This one got me a little nervous, but I'm gonna leave it the way it is. But yeah, it feels like it's in there. All right, so the next step would have to be, okay, so I managed to just to change out from the black to the white with ease. I mean, the way these guys did this construction, the engineering of this thing is pretty impressive. Very easy, very straight to the point. So now what I'm about to do now is clip this into the motherboard. Let me see if I'm doing this right. It looks like this is the way it's supposed to go because there's a clip right, a hook right here. So I guess this would have to go in this way. Let me see. Yeah. There you go. It's in. Looks stupid, but it'll get there. All right. And then you just fold this up and then just slide that through the grommet. And then the rest of the other end will just go into the, how you say now, the PSU and the controller. There you go. That looks about right. I don't want it out too much. I want it in just like that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want it. Yeah. There you go. That's good. That's good. So that's in. So I was able to take off the front panel, and I decided to go with the lian-li 140s in white. I'm going to change them out, and I think because I was thinking about some odd reasons, thinking about the infinities, but being that these are not, the fans are basically covered or recessed, it wouldn't make any sense. So I'm just going to change it about something more subtle. I'm gonna use these fans here to slide them in, fill them in with these right here in the front. We're working on taking out these fans and replacing them with the lian-li uni fans. All right, so let's take this thing out. I already disconnected all 6 of the wires with each fans. Each fan comes 2 each for power and to control the RGB in these fans. So they already got disconnected over here, so all I gotta do, and I took out the thumb screws that was holding this in, so all I gotta do is just pop this in, the lever back, and then it should just come straight out, like so. Just plug the wires, take my time, plug these wires, because you may never know, I could always use these fans in a different case later on. So these fans I'm gonna take out now. I'm just going to just maybe put them in storage and just keep them in mind for a later use. All right, so now I'm about to unscrew these fans out the bracket. Black. But let's go with this right here. So this box holds 2, and I got in another one to complete to number 3. The accessory box, as you can imagine, adhesive padding for the control box, which is somewhere in here. So these will be fun to do. Got some screws here I could probably use. Maybe I'll probably just stick with, let me see how fat these look. They look like I could probably use the same screws, so I'll probably do that. They give me black screw with a white white and gray theme fan, which is kind of weird, but I'll stick with the silver ones, kind of go with the aesthetics. You got the lian-li sticker here. So I think that's supposed to cover the back of here, which I probably do, cover the specifications of the fan right here. me put these stickers on. Let me put this, give me one side. I'll just throw these stickers on real quick. Oh, I think, oh, it's the original sticker. The original sticker is not on correctly, so I just gotta see if I could. Got it. Yeah, the original sticker is not on properly. It's kind of crooked, so got it pretty good. All right, bracket. I believe this goes on this way, so like so. Like that. Boom, look at that. Look at that, huh? Not too bad, huh? Not too bad. I'm just noticing it's more on this side than that side. I guess that's the way it is. Unless it's the way I'm holding it. So yeah, I guess that's the way I'm holding it. All right. So I'm going to use the same silver screws. I'm not going to go black. So let me get these in here. All right, so I tried to pop out my trusty screwdriver. When off camera, I went to go grab a screw and the screw dropped off the tip. So I have this trusty magnetizer. So all I gotta do is just take the screwdriver, run it through a few times, and then boom. Oh, it's good to have one of these things here. There you go. I won't do it too tight right away. I'll just do a little loose. And you know what I noticed too? With these the fan holes, there are no threads inside of it. I guess it's just using the threads on the screw to catch grip. So that's what I just noticed. There are no thread holes. There's no threads inside this holes at all. Okay, here we have it. Okay, so I don't think there's any plastic on it, really. No, it's just pure metal. Okay, good. Oh, wherever that is. So the fans are in, not too bad, right? So these should take in I'm not worried about the amounts of airflow. These would 140s should be just fine. All right, so it's all mounted on properly, secured on tight. So let's get this thing back into the case. Okay, so what I'm about to do before I pop this in, I'm going to connect this to the back of the bottom of the connector of the uni fans. So that, can I get it? I hope you get it here. It looks kind of tight. Oh boy. All right, so I had to, it looked like the top of this connector for the uni fans had an issue of sliding in. Sliding in here, but I just had to move down the fan just a little bit to slide the connector into the fan, but I couldn't screw it all the way in. So I screwed it in, it's tight, but I didn't want to go all the way too tight. So when I did that, it was actually shifting, so it's in it just right. Key thing to note right there. Any questions about it, please leave comments down below. I also did so I took one of the extensions from the case, which was supplying power to 3 of the fans, the original fans. So here it is. So I'm going to use this for the Unifan, so I'll be able to reach around to the motherboard. The wire isn't the wire that comes with the Unifans aren't too long. So okay, so what I did, I connect the controller, Unifan controller. So one end, I'm gonna slide this one to number 1 from the connector from the Unifan. This goes to number 1. That's ready in. Then I may not need this splitter, but I'm going to, let me see how long it is. But the other end will go to right here. Okay, so I'm about to, so what I did, I don't know if you guys can see it over here. Let me see if I can rotate this a little bit. Okay. Put some more light in the lens. So if you can see, I have the wires right. The wires right here. I slide it through the top of the opening, and then just let me just try that slide it in. There you go. All right. So I had the wires. I routed the wires through the top and out from an opening from the side of the case out to right here. Okay. So that's gonna sit there for now. And what I may end up doing is put the controller behind here and then able to control it that way. And the other end goes into the motherboard. I don't think I'll need this extender, because once I'm installing these fans, the fan controller for the colors won't be able to work on these. So I'm not going to be worried about connecting these to the controller. Just control it via software. Okay, so what I want to do next is I'm going to work on the AIO. So I'm going to take off the top plate that holds the AIO in, and then get it mounted. These things are tight. Here it is right here. Disconnected. There it is. So let me get that AIO and get it mounted to this plate right here. All right, so I have the plate on top of the AIO radiator, like so. So it looked like, so I have the 360. So it looked like the 360 goes along these lines of holes right here, or splits. These splits right here. So I guess I gotta put it alongside there and then just screw them in. Now if I need to make any adjustments, I could do so I'll do it right here. See how it looks. I'll do it right there. It almost looked like there's no correct way of doing it. It depends on the space within the case. So let's see how it works out. I'm gonna do 2 screws for right now and see how it fits inside the case. Give me one. adjustments. I can just look at it and see if I can make any adjustments. So I don't know if you guys could see that well. There we go. So look like there's some clearance. Look, there's enough clearance here. Look like I could slide in, take this out, and slide in the one I want to put back there. It looks good. It looked good. It looked good. Maybe I'll just move it just a little bit. There's clearance behind here too as well. Maybe what I will do first, I would connect the wires to the motherboard, the EPS first, before I put this in, because it looks very tight back there. So let's get some wires for the motherboard. All right, so a couple things I'm going to do first before I start. Put it in the AIO. So first I'm going to remove this fan and replace it with the RGB fans. First I'm going to do. Then I'm going to get the wires for the PSU and get them connected. So let me get this thing up. Okay. Bye-bye. Is just slide this wire in the back of the case to reach its connectors for later on. There you have it. Just going to do that. So let me get this thing turned around so you guys can see the PSU. There you go. And as you guys can see, it's actually the Shift brand, the brand new Shift. So I'm really gonna take advantage of this Shift right here real quick. Take advantage of that. You guys can see it. All right, so I got some wire. I got a few wires here. I got the 24-pin CPU wires, PCIe wires. So let's get started on connecting that CPU wire in the back. There you go. That's in. Just give it some more. So you have just a little bend. Not too crazy bend, but just a little bend. There you go. And then I need a 4-pin, a 4 connector. So what I remember doing, you gotta take this thing apart. See if we gotta get that in focus. Take those two clips, bend it together, and then split it to connect to that 4-pin up there. Okay. just lift up the one extra one just above it, so that way it won't touch anything hot. There you go. That should be good. Maybe I should probably zip tie this. To connect a 24 pin. This will be connected to this end right here. Hopefully I get it in a way where it doesn't give too much bulge and the doors won't close on the PC. So fingers crossed with this one. This one I was thinking about. Hopefully I'm able to manipulate these wires in a way where it's not too bulgy. In correctly, that's in all the way. I just gotta figure out how to maneuver it, like I said, in a way where it doesn't have to get in the way of closing these doors. So let's see. What the hell? These things come out of here? How? Why it's split like that. That's so weird to see it split like this. But this is like a 2, 4, 5, 10 pin. I could put it here. I got a hard drive I want to connect right here, so maybe I'll be able to connect it. Okay. Right. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to finish off mounting the AIO. space there. Hiding the wires in the back. Yes, beautiful. This goes Okay, off camera I had to remove the AIO again because I realized I didn't remember to connect the connector for the uni fan. So I connected it and I passed the wires to the back of the case. Next, we're going to have to. I'm thinking about mounting the AIO pump. All right, so I'm going to apply some thermal paste, screw this down, and I should be able to later on change out the LCDs, changes to the LCD screen. But to apply the thermal paste now. Okay. That should be enough. Yeah, that should be enough. Yep, that should be good. This is almost awkward to do this. It's weird, guys. It's really weird. It's awkward. Nice and tight, guys. All I gotta do is connect these to the hub in the back as well as the motherboard. Alright, so what I'm about to do, I'm going to connect the 3 fans that's in the front, the uni fans. It's already connected to the controller, so all I gotta do is run it to the SATA for power and to the USB to the motherboard. All I gotta do is find the appropriate place for it. Since the wires are coming down this side, I'll probably just mount it right here on this slot there. I think right here is a good place for it. I just wish that the magnetic was actually stronger instead of me using actual adhesive, you know? It was just a lot stronger instead of me using full-on sticker adhesive. I'm gonna press it down light so I'll be able to take it off when I need to. So right here should be good. Right there should be good. Just press just a little bit. Okay. Like I said, I'll be able to mount it properly. So this is gonna go straight to the motherboard. I could probably, let me see, I think I have more USB underneath, so I'll just go from underneath and up like that. Perfect. And then this will just connect to one of the SATAs I have already. I already utilized one for the front of the I/O panel, and now I'm going to use one of these here for this one here. So this can be very confusing if you're not careful. See, it's connected right here. Okay, so at this point I'm almost done with the build. So as of right now, what I have inside the case is the RGB fan, which was in the front. I moved one to the back and as well, I had installed the lian-li 140s in the front right here, which is already connected through the back. I have one streamer, 64 gigs of RAM. I have at least 1, 2, 3 M.2s by Samsung's, 2 terabytes each, as well as the AERO by Corsair Elite 150i, and the Infinity Unifans. I want to get 3 more for the bottom. One is a 2 terabyte HDD by Western Digital, and the behind here, I believe it's like right here behind the motherboard, I have the Samsung SSD. What is it? 1 terabyte? No, I believe it's 2 terabyte SSD in the back. You'll see that one later on. I can't recall the model number, but once okay, it's the 870. It's the 870 SSD. It's not as fast writing speeds, but it is fast for what it is. But she could use, again, this build's for my daughter. Anyone that's I do have a new pump to change this out, but once the computer has initialized and everything's all set up, all the software is downloaded, then I would just change that out. The Corsair Shift is pretty, I love this thing. I really like this Corsair. This is the Rm1000x Shift. If you haven't seen a prior video, this thing has changed the whole game in terms of wire management and wire placement. Everything is not, as you can see. Let me see if I could mount it down just for a little bit for you guys. Let me just, give me 1 second if I have. But yeah, didn't have to move nothing. Just slide it in there, have the cables come out in the back of the other side of the PSU, which is pretty dope. And it actually works out in terms of HDD trays. Don't have to move anything at all, leave it as is, slide in my trays. You could literally don't have to worry about sacrificing any HDDs in the bottom of the shroud of this case, or any case in that matter that has the ability to have more room in the back to throw out cables to do cable management. But what else I inserted? Oh, I also inserted the temperature sensor. Not everybody talks about a temperature sensor, but I actually going to use it. It's already inserted into the case. I have it running in the back just temporarily, running it back, and then come out on the top just behind the streamer. Just a little bit of midpoint, so that way it gives me a right reading of the temperature of inside the case. So what I'm going to do right now is just insert the GPU. Okay, here we are. Yes, I jumped the wagon of the experience of a first gen. This is the A770, obviously. So let's get this thing open. Wait, let me see. Okay, I guess this way is right. Wow, it looks pretty sleek. It does look pretty sleek. Give them that. When I first got into building computers, I was more into the Ryzen side of things. Ryzen this, Ryzen that, had to have Ryzen. And when Intel dropped the GPU, I didn't give it an eyeball. I didn't even look at like, oh, that's great. But then I started doing more research, reading more articles about it, just doing all YouTube videos about the card and how well it didn't do when it first came out. And I thought to myself, well, it's our first, number one, is our first generation, that's number one. Number two, I am positive, I'm sure they're working on drivers or improvements down the long run, down in the long run. So, but then I started looking at the price. I said, wow, this GPU is pretty good for the money. And I did see some teardowns on it, and I see why the cost was so low. They want to be competitive towards other GPUs in the market, with everything's skyrocket, everything is overpriced, way over MSRP. So they fit right into a slot which is really needed for the market for other users or other PC enthusiasts, right? So when I saw this, okay, let me just take a stab at it and see how this will work in my daughter's PC, and I will keep my eye open for drivers. See, I would like, just because I want to experience the involvement of this particular GPU. Okay, so you guys have a good view of the top slots that I have available. Oh, and I do have one other surprise for the motherboard too as well. You guys about to see that as soon as I pop this one in. So I believe it's just a 2 slot. Let me see, get this in. Look like these two have to come off right here. So let's get to that. At first I was kind of confused about the GPU. I'm like, is it Intel? Do I have to have an Intel CPU? Like, I'm like, is it going to work? And turns out it could work either or, Intel CPU or a Ryzen CPU. So I felt good about that. Can you imagine if it was just you have to have an Intel CPU for it to work properly? And this particular, it does have some RGB, which I can appreciate. I love a little bit of RGB. So, oops. So take off the sleeve, off the thing right here. Expose the rails, slide in the GPU. It. There we go. Perfect fit. And the one thing about this GPU is not heavy. It's not on the heavy side where I have to worry about some sag, right? If you guys follow me on my other platforms, you'll see that I think I did an unboxing. I think I did do an unboxing and so forth about this PCIe card in. So I wanted to, now this is going to be a test run. I do have the space to put it in my PC, but I want to slide it in here. Yeah, there you go. So I'm actually excited of using this. This motherboard, this should last her for a long time, guys. Like I said prior, I would rather have my kids not to download on the C drive. I like to give my kids ample of storage, so that way they're not forced to just say, okay, I have no choice but to install in the C drive. When I first got my desktop PC, I didn't know a thing about programs and storage and that kind of stuff. So at least 16 or 17 years old. When I first got my PC, I was just downloading stuff, and then all of a sudden I'm realizing the PC got a lot slower, boot times wasn't as snappy anymore, and that was due to overloading the C drive of games, saved files, and so forth. So just by that experience alone, I tell my kids, listen, you better not download any information that's not necessary for the C drive, or else, you know what I'm saying? So So that's where I'm at with storage. Okay, so this is already installed. Don't need no wires. It's already self-powered by the PCIe slot. And that's that. Oh wait, let me see if I get this wires for this GPU. Got like a little box, here. So let me see what's in here. Intel architecture. Only 2 USB headers in here. So I had to, luckily, I was able to find a splitter. But I need at least one more splitter or a set of splitters. So I actually ordered one of those NZXT hubs to slide in here because I need more USB fittings. So this, I guess this would maybe communicate. So I'm definitely going to need a hub for this. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to have to stop right after this video, well, this segment I should say, because I don't have any more splitter. I have to wait for the one to come in the mail to continue on the video. But right in there. There it is. I don't know why they separated this cable. This is kind of weird how they did this. But I guess, again, cost, right? I swear to God, it gotta be a cost, because I'm sure, or maybe it was a last minute thought. Either a last minute thought or cost. So I guess what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to just zip tie it together with this other set of wire to the PSU. Oh, stupid. Okay, there it is. Alright, that's in. I guess look like one wire will be hanging out, which I think is kind of weird, but I guess it's okay. Just gotta hide it in a way where I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that. Look at this. I don't want to see this. It looks stupid. Let me see if I curl it in there. Yeah, I don't want to see that. It looks weird. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see this. It looks weird. And then this part will just go into the PSU. So slide that through here, to the back. I don't want to show the back yet. It's a mess, guys. It's a hot mess. I'm not ready for that right now. Maybe what I'll do, I'll put a zip tie over here. A little zip tie maybe. I don't know. I'll see. But I don't want to. It's going to bother me the hell out. Okay. Can you guys see that? No, it's kind of hidden, right? Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get it. Try and get it as hidden as possible. There's a zip tie right here. So I can the wire could be vanished behind the thick wire right here. So this goes to the USB. Like I said, I ran out of USB, guys. So I'll have to continue this later on. But that's it. If anything, what I'll probably do, I'll probably throw this one up for now, so you guys can see what I'm doing. But again, I'm waiting for a couple of parts to come in here, and I'll be able to continue on the build. But until next time, guys, my name is Andre. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys liked what y'all see so far. Don't mind subscribing to the channel. Hit that notification bell. I know what I should say, ram that notification bell. And until next time, guys, peace.